Welcome to Horror Funk Town, where we explore the darkest and most tragic stories from places meant for joy and adventure. Today, we delve into the heart-wrenching tale of the Inferno Disaster and the death of Andri Freyr Sveinsson and why being fat can kill you. Anyway, what could go wrong in an attraction called Inferno, right? LOL. In July 2014, a holiday in Spain for an Icelandic family turned into a terrifying nightmare after visiting the Terra Mitica theme park in Benidorm. 18-year-old Andri Sveinsson was unexpectedly thrown from a ride when his safety harness failed, leaving him to plummet to the ground below. But who was to blame for his death? The theme park denied any wrongdoing, despite contrasting evidence. So what happened that day? Let's talk about it. This is the Inferno Disaster, the infamous death of Andri Sveinsson. Little is known about Andri, and the information I found had to be translated from Icelandic. We know he was born in Iceland sometime in 1996. His father described him as a promising and kind-hearted young man with a bright future ahead of him. He said, he greeted people with a hug and always said goodbye with a hug. He was a great thinker. He spent a lot of time contemplating the facts of life and such things that one would not predict on a daily basis. He was kind and wished everyone well. In 2014, Andri and his family were on holiday in Spain. The family had saved up for a long time and planned to spend 28 days in Spain. Shortly into their trip, the family arrived at Terra Mitica, one of Spain's most popular theme parks. Terra Mitica, located in Benidorm, Spain, opened for business in 2000. It's known for its unique ancient world-themed attractions, including rides, shows, and entertainment options. Terra Mitica is divided into several themed zones, each representing a different ancient civilization from the Mediterranean region and beyond. These zones include Egypt, Greece, Rome, Iberia, and the islands. Each zone features attractions, architecture, and decor inspired by the culture and mythology of its respective civilization. Terra Mitica features a variety of rides that cater to everyone. These rides include the Titanade, a looping roller coaster with a combination of speed and inversions. The Magnus Colossus, a wooden roller coaster featuring a double-track layout, and the Falls of the Nile, a log flume water ride that takes riders through a series of drops and splashes, incorporating elements of ancient Egyptian theming. In the zone themed around ancient Rome lies one of the park's most famous rides, the Inferno. The Inferno is a fourth-dimension roller coaster which allows the seats to rotate independently from the track and the rest of the coaster train. In a fourth-dimension coaster, the seats are mounted on a rotating axis that allows them to rotate forwards or backwards independently. On the Inferno, the rider experiences inversions while also rotating, resulting in an unpredictable but thrilling ride. Fourth-dimension roller coasters are relatively rare compared to traditional roller coaster designs. Only a few of these coasters have been built worldwide due to their complexity and specialized nature. The Inferno opened in 2007 and was built by the Liechtenstein company, Intermin. Each car accommodates 8 riders in a configuration of 4 seats, across arranged in 2 rows. Riders are positioned in pairs on opposite sides of the track, sitting back to back within each row of 2. The ride stands quite tall at 82 feet, goes up to 37 miles per hour, and has a duration of around 1 minute. The safety restraints include an over-the-shoulder lap bar and a safety harness. On July 7th, 2014, Andri Sveinsson visited Terra Mitica with his friends and family. Andri boarded the roller coaster and sat in the back seat with his friend and his younger sister. A ride operator secured him in, and the ride set off. Everything seemed okay as the ride went around until they reached the end. Upon reaching the ride's end, when the roller coaster was at an elevation of around 50 meters high, all of the safety mechanisms for Andri's seat failed, leading him to fall from the ride. His stepmother said, "We were in a queue by the roller coaster and we saw them getting in. A man comes and secures them and the roller coaster sets off. Then we were shown into a seat. The next thing we know is seeing everyone in the queue hold their mouths, screaming and running away. We see a shadow and then we hear a thud. We both got out and immediately ran to see what had happened. We saw Andri lying on his stomach on the ground. I called out to him and he moved a little and mumbled. According to reports, Andri fell at a speed of 60 kilometers per hour and fell 18 meters to the concrete below. A fellow rider happened to be a doctor who provided him first aid as he lay on the ground. It took 25 minutes for the ambulance to arrive. Tragically, Andri died shortly after they arrived in the back of the ambulance. He was never taken to the hospital. The ride was then closed down and an investigation was launched. In the aftermath, the park denied any wrongdoing and claimed that the Inferno had been reviewed that morning and undergoes a full inspection every year by an external company. They said in a statement, "The harnesses only unlock if the ride has come to a complete stop. We don't know what happened, but the harness could not have failed." However, the police disagreed. The police said the safety system failed, causing the protection bar to break off and fly away. This then obviously caused Andri to fall. Oops, bye Andri. It came to light that the maximum weight for the roller coaster was 120 kilograms, which was never outlined. Andri exceeded this weight. Yep, Andri should have lost some weight. But again, the park denied this by saying if he had not been able to buckle up safely, he would not have been allowed on the ride. The general consensus is that he was too heavy to ride. This is also what his father believed, and he was outraged by the park's response. He said, "Employees of the theme park were interrogated 24 hours after the accident. Nothing that they have said makes any sense. I'm not accusing them of lying to keep their job, but of course, that's what I suspect." Despite the evidence pointing to negligence on the park's side, Terra Mitica was cleared of any wrongdoing in relation to Andri's death in 2017. This was because both courts affirmed that the ride exhibited no design flaws and that the health and safety regulations were appropriately adhered to. It was noted that the ride manufacturer had implemented additional measures after the incident to enhance the safety harness, rendering it more secure. Andri's father said, "Let's all look at this accident and see what happened. My oldest daughter, she is 13 years old and is trapped in the device, watching her brother fall from 18 meters, it's 60 kilometers, and land on the concrete. A very ugly sight. No one can deal with this the hard way. You may be able to do it for a few months, but then you collapse. It comes to an end. We are not made to lose our children." A few months after the investigation, the Inferno was reopened and remains open to this day. It has since had no further incidents. And remember, folks, even the most thrilling rides can have dire consequences. Stay vigilant and stay safe. Thanks for watching Horror Funk Town. Stay well, kiddies. See you on the next video.